And welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McCain. Never a doubt, right? Never a doubt. No one was sweating that one on Father's Day. Kenley Jansen, for a third consecutive night, he comes in, and boy, that was a little gut wrenching. That was a nail biter till the very end. I thought we're looking for some extra innings there. I thought we were going to go deep into that one, but give him credit. Kenley Jansen, he battled there. Give Russell Martin credit. He did a great job behind the plate, blocking balls, that tag. Man, to me, I'll give him the player of the game. Really, that check swing single to give the Dodgers the go-ahead run. But we're going to get into the game. But, of course, as always, before we get into breaking this game down, just want to give a shout-out to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day. And if you have not yet, we start this thing off, represent where you guys are watching the game from. I want to know, give me some zip codes, area codes, your cities. I want to shout you out, read these comments. My name is Doug McCain, man of the fan. Let me know with the Dodgers Nation what you guys think about your boys in blue out there, and we're going to break it all down. But let's get things kicked off right up here. Steve Munoz, love the title. I was just screaming the same thing, LOL. Madden completely outclassed him today. Look, that was evidence. I'm a big defender of Dave Roberts. I've defended Doc. I give you the stat. His 23 postseason wins are more than the Dodgers have had. Are 7 more wins than the Dodgers had in over 20 years combined. So he's gotten a lot of wins, but that was pretty inexcusable what happened late in that game. Austin Barnes, the last guy off your bench. But we're going to get into all that, but you're right. He did look like Joe. That's the thing. There is a reason why Joe Madden gets paid the kind of scratch he gets. Joe Madden gets $6 million a year. Dave Roberts, less than $2 million. That should tell you there is a little bit of this middle managing philosophy that is implemented by Dave Roberts, Andrew Freeman. We talked about it ad nauseum, but you felt it today. It felt like there was this press button managing philosophy that was in play today, and you saw that, yes, the Dodgers escaped with the win. They survived late there, but things got dicey in that one, and it was a really close game. But, hey, the Dodgers, they get the win. They improve their record. 48th win of the year for the Dodgers. 48-24, 28-8 at home for the Dodgers. But let's get into more of your comments, get things kicked off. Remember, tell me where you guys are repping from, where you guys watching Dodgers Nation. I want to shout you guys out, but we got Marisol. Let's go Dodgers. Matt Jennings, what a slide by CT3. Absolutely right. CT3, you see that athleticism that he has, and he has some serious wheels, and when he's able to get on base like he's doing, he takes advantage of that, and it was great to see it because, yes, not a lot of guys can make that slide that he made. He was under that slide like a mechanic, and he just slid under there. It was a thing of beauty by CT3, and, man, that was an extra gear by Chris Taylor, and I love to see that because that's where you utilize his skill set. You put him on base. He's a terror out there on the bases, and you got to love that. But nice catch by Verdugo, Matt Scotch. Yes, that was a nice. Kenny Orlando, Baez for closer 2019. Pedro Baez has shown that he's really doing great things. But Kenley Jansen, you just got to wonder, why was he in the game in that high leverage situation after blowing the game on that middle cutter last night that Rizzo has really a great history against Kenley Jansen, and really he got it done. But yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I don't think Pedro Baez has the stuff to be a closer of a championship-winning roster. I think he fits best in that 7th inning stretch, that 7th inning role, and you give it to guys. Hopefully the Dodgers make a trade. We'll talk about that in a minute. But look, in his 3rd straight game, Kenley Jansen, when he has rest, on 1 day's rest, in between starts, 1 day's rest or more, hitters are hitting 136, and they're slugging 318 against Kenley. That is with a day's rest. On consecutive night, though, that number jumps all the way to 276, and they're slugging 516. So they're slugging 516 on back-to-backs, and that's up from 318. So, look, that's just what it is, and you really have to wonder why Kenley Jansen was in that game. You want to move his confidence up. He took full responsibility for blowing the game, but it looks like Kenley Jansen, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But let's get back to these comments. I want you guys to let me know where you're watching the Dodgers Nation post-game show, and then we're going to do a deep dive into all the game, all your favorite topics. We know you want to talk trades. We know you want to talk about Dave Roberts' the adventures of Dave Roberts' managerial career continue tonight. So But we got Jackie Witt. Cody Bellinger, he hit that 23rd home run, and that was just a shot. The belly bomb was real tonight. That was a 102 mile per hour shot, deep into center, and really that was a thing of beauty. But Rob O'Hara, Dave Roberts needs a coach on how to manage. Interesting. Dave Roberts, look, you understand this is a situation. It was a ESPN, a Sunday night game. It felt very as postseason-like as you can get, really, this early into the season. 71, 72 games into the year, and really you just saw, it was a clinic. Mads, he took Dave Roberts to Sunday school today. Really, that's what it was, and it was just not really what you want to see. We were hoping that he's corrected some of these issues, and I get it. You want to let's go back to stuff. Way to pull through Jensen, Chris Nolman. Got to get some of these comments. Your comments are fired today. We got Alfredo, great hustle there. Taylor, Kenny Orlando, bias for closer. We got Billy Joel, love my blue. Jackie hit, yeah, but we need his bat. Russell Moore. We got Vasquez, go Dodgers, was up here in Paris, California. I went skydiving in Paris, California once. Shout out to Paris, California. We got Jacob Taylor, our new hockey/baseball player. Matt Jennings, 661. We got Jeff, Kentucky. We got Jack from Boulder City, Nevada. We got SD Dodgers, San Diego. The legendary Tim Rogers is with us, guys. We got Yvette Radio. No, he isn't. He's doing a damn good job. Chicago is a nemesis for us. He shut it down. Jacob, Victorville, California, the 760 area code. John O'Donnell, I'm getting sick and tired of Jansen. Up and down, not reliable at all. The thing Dodger fans really have to accept is the fact that the 2017 Kenley Jansen is not coming out of that bullpen. He's not coming out there to California love, throwing a cutter at 95. You saw the velo dip, and that's real. He's been in the league for 10 years. He's pitched in some of the most high-leverage, intense moments that baseball has ever seen. He's been on that stage, World Series. We saw Game 2. He's been a great closer for the Dodgers, and there's no doubt about it. But to think that he's elite, and he is elite as far as if you want to talk about his numbers and current and compare him to some current closers, but really, if you look at that 2017 Kenley, he's not coming out of that pen. If you just look, that cutter life is not the same, and last night was evidence of it. And that's why I think the Dodgers, we know that it's not just about getting a reliever. Who cares if they bring in a Hand or a Doolittle, someone who's elite? And we've seen that Kenley Jansen, this is a back-to-back night thing, and maybe it's closer by committee with two elite closers if you do get a Will Smith, if you do get someone like a Hand, who we'll talk about in just a minute. But I'm with you, though. Kenley, we love Kenley. Kenley Jansen he's an icon as far as Dodgers go. I'm telling you. I also think he's my favorite, my best dressed at the Dodger Gala. I like the gray suit outfit. He had the pins. He was looking fly, but look, he fell behind Rizzo yesterday, and he hung that cutter, and I really just think that it's just time, and Rizzo really owned him. He would go into that. Now he's 6 for 12 against Jansen. But look, tonight the command wasn't there, and really it's once the command isn't there, and he just starts to get shaky, and you saw what happened. But let's get back into the mix here with you folks out here in Dodgers Nation. Represent. We got Gracie, Orlando, Florida. Always my son. Put on the phone. Dodgers, go blue. That's what I'm talking about. Garrett Wynn, Garrett, California. Shout out to the 909. Kenley making me nervous this year, hoping we can regain dominance. That last inning was just so uncomfortable. You could feel it. You could cut that tension with a knife. It felt like a foregone conclusion that the Cubs were going to make a run at that, and they were looking at extra innings. But we got Derek, Utah, go blue. Deshaun Falls, they'll be fine. But they will get a bullpen armor too soon. Help is on the way. LA 90044. I think that is an important thing. You make a great point, my man Deshaun Falls. Help is on the way. Okay, there is no question that Andrew Friedman is going to make a move. He's made over 40 moves, really, in his stint as the Dodgers GM, as leading the charge as far as moves are made. But in this case, it's not that that help is going to be on the way. It's just who is it going to be, and who are they going to give up? Because really, it's going to be a situation where, look, we have 6 weeks to really get this right. The hard trade deadline is going to be a factor here. They don't have time to just sit back and relax and really let this work itself out, because it's not going to work itself out. Yes, if Joe Kelly improves, if somehow, some way they hire a sports psychologist and he rights his ship in some capacity, it has to be seen as a bonus at this point. It has to be seen as icing on the cake to in addition to bringing in a major arm, and in our case, hopefully a major hand, and that's going to be Brad Hand. So we're going to talk about that, but I'm with you. Help is going to be on the way, and really the Dodgers have gotten the big fish every year. Darvish, yes, Verlander turned out to be the better move, but there's no one that probably wouldn't have wanted to roll with Darvish, especially because if the Dodgers like what they saw, they were going to probably extend him further and go deeper with Darvish. And then also last year, they get Manny Machado. So they've made that blockbuster move every summer. It's now just a matter of making that blockbuster move in the bullpen. So really, these early season woes could be the best thing to ever happen for the Dodgers bullpen, because with that hard trade cap on July 31st, let's say this gets deeper and deeper, and there's no moves to be made, and they're going to have to just sample with all kinds of different things. But you're right, I do believe that help is on the way. It's just a matter of who. And a couple things regarding that, though. I think it's really important that the Dodgers realize that they're not the only team that needs bullpen help. They're not the only team that is in need of getting some relief pitching. The Twins could use relievers. Milwaukee could use relievers. I mean, teams that are making these runs, they're going to want to compete with the Dodgers. So the Dodgers cannot be patient. They got to pull the trigger on something sooner than later, especially when you saw what you saw with Kenley Jansen. Because Kenley, he really was turning it around. And he looked like that dominant pitcher. Before yesterday, in 10 appearances, he didn't give up a run in 10 appearances while striking out 6. He had 8 saves in that span. So it looked like Kenley, after the whole Facebook mechanical thing, whatever you want to say, was really that elite closer. But I'm telling you, it's not just about a setup guy, a bridge to Kenley Jansen. It's about bringing a guy who has the potential to take the ball in a pivotal game in October. Someone like a Brad Hand, a guy that we know the Dodgers flirted with years ago, and we know that the Dodgers have had their eye on. So it's no secret. It's the worst kept secret really in baseball that the Dodgers want him. And really, it's just a matter of whether they're going to be able to get his services, because it's definitely something that needs to be done. Word on the street, anonymous, I forgot whose piece it was from, but they talked about someone in the Dodgers organization saying that the Dodgers bullpen, they need a dude. And a dude is not a Cingrani, a Watson, a Floro. Those aren't dudes. Those guys worked out. Those are more like Band-Aids. Those were more like guys that it was really a pleasant surprise of just how much success they had with the Dodgers. The Dodgers need a dude. They need someone that is a superstar status, no bargain bin guys. Like, this is the time where the Dodgers, I don't care if it's not Hand, it's Will Smith, it's not Doolittle, maybe Giles, someone of that ilk. But let's get back into you guys. Shout out, appreciate you guys rocking with us here, hanging out, talking some Dodger baseball here in the Dodgers Nation post-game show. But we got Aaron, Las Vegas, go blue. Rob O'Hare, the 95928. We got Garlito, Sonora, Mexico. All right, Mexico. We got Mexico in the house. Shout out. 805 strong. Paul Sandoval, Thousand Oaks, baby. We got Lorraine Soto. What a game it was. It was a great game, and you see what the Rockies are doing, all these crazy 14-12 games. Who wants to watch that, man? Today was baseball. Today was really, really high intensity. I mean, there were blunders. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the infield really cost Ryu another. It was another brilliant start by Ryu. Don't get me wrong, but really, they really didn't hold on to their end of the bargain today. But really, this is the kind of baseball I like to watch, especially when you got the Dodger heritage with the great pitching history that we have. This is what you want to see, and it was really a nice barometer to see where we stack up, because we know that the Cubs are a team that we're probably going to be dealing with, okay? And really, it's these games, and the Dodgers have fared very well against teams that are above 500, and it was another test. And at the end of the day, the Dodgers, they get their 6th series win in 7 tries, and now this year, the Dodgers are 16-5-2 in their 23 series this year, 28-8 at home. And then Ryu, and what can you say about Ryu? He was phenomenal again. He hasn't lost since April 20th. He didn't win the game, but he did not lose the game. And give Ross Stripling. Ross Stripling gets the win. He improves to 3-2 on the season. He won an inning, no earned runs, 2 Ks. I like that. Curve was nasty to get him out of the inning there. But we're gonna break down this game more in a second here. But let's go. We got Manuel in. We got Lancaster. Shout out to the 661. Scott Sanders, another nail destroying 9th inning. Trust me, I'm with you, dude. I'm like that SpongeBob meme where he's chomping on his nails. I'm telling you, I got to sweep up this floor because there's nails everywhere. I'm with you on that. It was not. I didn't want on Father's Day packed house Dodgers, another sellout. Dodgers are going to be over 2 million pretty soon. I mean, it's just the fan support this year. Dodgers Nation, you are the best fan base in Major League Baseball in this weekend series. Dodgers Nation was repping hard. I mean, they were repping hard. So it was a nice sight, and I didn't want you guys going out on Father's Day not getting that win, so I'm with you. But we got Friedman Shades. Should have been a sweep. I'm with you. It could have easily been a sweep for the Dodgers. Yesterday really was down to run support. That Dodger offense, you saw Cody Bellinger, though. Cody Bellinger, man, he's starting to rake again. 5 of 7 against lefties this series. 5 of 7 against lefties with 3 homers this year. And really, Cody Bellinger is one of the best clutch hitters in Major League Baseball, and he proved that today. Without the heroics of Cody Bellinger, without that Cooperstown belly bomb moment, we're not getting that win today, and he stepped up in a major way. And this year, Bellinger is one of the best clutch hitters in Major League Baseball. He's batting .361, 43 for 119 with 11 homers and 46 RBIs with runners on base, and he's tied for second in the majors with 11 homers with runners on base. So that was a solo shot to get it today, but really, you just got to love it. He reached base again today, so that makes it 65 of 69 games. I thought at one point Cody Bellinger was just going to be a free-swinging slugger. No, I didn't see any of this coming, and it just goes to show, again, 65 of 69 games, and 65 of 67 starts this year, he's reached base. So mash that heart button for the leading vote getter, just above Christian Yelich in the MVP in the NL All-Star voting. And that's another reminder. Make sure you guys know voting ends on June 21st. The primary, Cody Bellinger, he's the leading vote getter, 1.1 million votes, and he's holding off Christian Yelich. But Jock Peterson, he's fourth in outfield votes with 344,000. Alex Verdugo, he's in the top 10 with 200,000 plus votes. So don't forget to vote for your boys in blue. I want to see as many Dodgers in the All-Star game. I think Walker Buehler, by the way, after what he did, that display a couple days ago, is someone that I want to see for sure in the All-Star game. My boy, our boy, shout out to Real FRG. He coined the term the Buell Dog, and he's really someone that can that I think has really a real shot at the All-Star run here. But let's get back into you guys. Keep those comments coming. Let's read them out here. What are your thoughts on the boys in blue? Let's do this. April M. Richards, go Dodgers from Batesville, Arkansas. John Shipley, third base coach, got lucky sending that guy home on the short flare to left. Good throw. He was cooked. Should have held him. Then you have first and third with one out, fly ball. I mean, that's the thing, too. They did catch that was a break there. That was definitely a break there, but that's just kind of how things panned out. Keith Bellinger should be automatic MVP. I think you're absolutely correct on there, hitting over 350. Herman J. Lopez, go Dodgers, Coachella Valley. Yvette Rito, I agree with you 100%. Thank you. Muncyclopedia, Brad Hand and Amir Garrett. He's another guy, too. That's someone, they're probably going to need just more than one acquisition, and I'm with you. You can't just settle for one, and I agree with you too. But woo, great run. Hope Chris Face doesn't get infected. Thank God for Jansen. Great coach. We got Steve, Bakersfield. We got Luis, King City, California. J-Rock, Keith Hards. We got Raul Gomez Flaco, Bell Gardens, California. Roy Seung, Ryu. Yes, Hyunjin Ryu, guys. I mean, we are witnessing the next elite all-time Dodger pitcher. And really, going into this season, it was Walker Buehler's pitching like an ace, no doubt about it. And Clayton Kershaw is Clayton Kershaw. But Hyunjin Ryu, he's really taken that title as the best Dodger starting pitcher. And what I love about him, the bulk of my whole thing with Hyunjin Ryu is it shouldn't be a surprise. Everyone is surprised, right? But why is this a surprise when this all started back in 2018? So in 2018, when he came back from that groin problem, in 15 starts, he had a 1.97 ERA, and a lot of that was done in 9 outings after August 15th, where he had a 1.88 ERA. So after August 15th, Hyunjin Ryu was dealing 1.88 ERA, and he's just absolutely a phenomenal pitcher. Watching him pitch is incredible. Now, we know famously he's got those 5 pitches, and he can hit all those quadrants, and really it's the command. But tonight, it was a steady diet of changeups. He was going with the changeup today, and it was really working. He didn't have his best command today. It wasn't, you wouldn't say it's the best Hyunjin Ryu performance. I think he saved his best for Mother's Day, right, when he flirted with history on that day. But really, it was a great outing. Another quality start for the Dodgers pitching staff. But let's get back in. Let's get into this game. We got Victor Cotter. Let's go Lakers. Hey, Lakers, Dodgers, take a page out of the Lakers book and really make a trade that's a franchise-changing trade, one that can get you really, really close to that postseason. I'm not saying that's a lock if the Dodgers get someone of Hand's caliber, but really, you saw, take it from the Lakers. They got Anthony Davis. The Dodgers need to make an equivalent trade as far as bullpen goes and really secure someone that can make their title odds skyrocket even higher than they already are now. But Pizza, is Kenley tipping his pitches? That's a fair question. Really, I don't think really it's as much as he's tipping his pitches. I think he might be worried that he's tipping his pitches, and that's when you saw the intentional balk, which to me, that was a very savvy, interesting move by Kenley, and maybe it's what it is. It's maybe there's some of that there as far as him tipping his pitches. But let's here. Bust the Lakers, Movita, Victor, Charles Hamill. Only concerning thing about getting into trade talks, everyone knows how deep our farm system, our farm teams are going to over. But that's the price. You got it. It just depends. Which one? I think there's. Look at Will Smith, man. This guy is raking. He hit another home run today. Gavin Lux is hitting over 300. The Dodgers, their pipeline is legit, but also you have to also understand that really that core is intact. When you have Bellinger, Seager, Verdugo, that core is intact. And really, what else do you want to do as far as bringing up other guys? I do think that Ruiz, I know, is struggling offensively. Will Smith, though, this is the cream is rising with Will Smith, man. And he looks like, you send me down, I'm going to send myself back up with my play, especially if Austin Barnes. We know how talented Austin Barnes is as an elite pitch framer, as a guy that has a great rapport with the pitching staff, and he feels confident working with Kershaw, working with all of our pitchers. But really, this bottom third of this lineup with Kike struggling, Chris Taylor, Kike, he had a hit today, but he's averaging 213. Kike Hernandez is absolutely just, he's not doing, he's not really doing what we need him to do. That's just what it is. He's hitting 212 with 59 strikeouts, and he's last in the team in OPS. And really, the thing about Kike, it was, his inability to hit right-handed pitchers, but last season, he was hitting 800 while batting 250. This season, entering tonight's game, Kike was hitting 179. He was slashing 179, 233, and 336 against right-handed pitching. So against lefties, Hernandez has been solid as usual. But even with last season, you would think that he was going to come in here after a really solid first couple of weeks of the season and really provide some power from that position. Maybe, you move him to that second spot. It seems like that position is somewhat jinxed. Everyone that they put there, whether it's, Utley or whoever is brought in there, really it's just something that really they need to address. So the thing about Kike Hernandez, it's kind of a troublesome. Tonight he had a hit, though, but Chris Taylor, he had a hit, and really his base running was one of the biggest parts about winning the game today, and you got to love that. But here we go. We got Ian Godoyers, Dodgers Nation. How about that fire shirt Doug is wearing? Look at this shirt, guys. You think blue, you bleed blue. These shirts, they fit. Man, they got the super soft tees, and you just got to rock it because I'm telling you, everywhere I go, people want this think blue, bleed blue, and that's the mentality. You think blue, and we bleed blue, and we're chasing that World Series championship, and you just got to rock it. By the way, we got Pikes from Phoenix. We got Melissa Felipe, 609 in the house, Cubs, Dodgers, league for now. That's your prediction. You got Dodgers, Cubs in the final. And if that's the case, that these two teams, these two franchises, the Dodgers and the Chicago Cubs, they have been the class of the National League in recent vintage, in recent memory, whatever you want to call it. MLB teams 2015, 2019, Cubs winning percentage 593. Second, Dodgers 592. So from 2015 to 2019, Dodgers and Cubs, they're just dominating. They're responsible for 6 NLCS appearances, 3 NL pennants, 1 World Series title, and hopefully that next one is going to be the Dodgers. But I think that you're right, especially to get Kimbrel back. They are another team. They had bullpen woes. They addressed it. A couple years ago, they had bullpen woes, and they brought in Aroldis Chapman. Look, you got to pay the piper when it comes to winning in the postseason, and you need that guy. Like, you don't always need the Astros, they had issues with Giles a couple years ago. Boston with Kimbrel. Like, there are teams that can get it done without that super elite guys, but we know that the recipe for this team is it's the weakest part, and that's the part that we really need to work on. But we got North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Tar Heel. We got Charles Hamble. How about the old man, Russell Martin, with the little clutch poke? Russell Martin, really, I mean, to me, that was just a great game by Russell Martin. I mean, a gutsy game, and really coming into that at bat, he had been 2 of 22 all season long with runners in scoring position, right? And you heard rumblings of Dave Roberts. If he didn't use all of his lefties, maybe we have a pinch hitter. Maybe Verdugo's in that spot. Maybe you have Jock Peterson pinch hitting there. And really, I think Dave Roberts needs to go over to Russell Martin's locker right now and give him a nice game ball pat on the back, because without Russell Martin's little check swing to put the Dodgers on top, I think this is a very different mood in this post-game show. We're talking more about the Dave Roberts issues and in that inning. But here we go. We got Raymond. Jansen scares me every time he steps on the mound. I mean, look, things can change on a day-to-day basis. That's the thing about Major League Baseball. You're hot one day, then you slump, and then you start to get to your head. And really, not a great 48 hours for Kenley Jansen. And really, go check out our boy Clint Evans. I mean, Clint Evans has written pretty extensively on Kenley Jansen and his Kenley Jansen and his issues with velocity. I mean, if you go from 95 all the way down to 91, and you see that, and also check out Clint Evans' piece on getting Brad Hand. So Brad Hand is just absolutely dominant. Last 2 months, spanning 23 appearances, Brad Hand's ERA is .039. .39, okay? And 5 walks, 35 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting 107. They're slashing 107, 173, and 173 against Brad Hand. In 19 saves. I mean, this guy he is the perfect situation, and he's signed through next year for $7 million, and he has that $10 million club option for 2021, which is a part of that 3-year, $19.7 million deal that he signed with the Padres a few years back. But really, look at the Cleveland Indians. They're floundering. They are dipping. They are a team that was convinced that they were a contender. I mean, you got guys like Lindor. You got Bauer, who really had a nice performance, so he could jump up that trade stock. And we know that Verdugo was someone they were talking about. We know Verdugo's off the table now. But really, let's check out Clint Evans' piece on getting Brad Hand. I mean, Clint Evans is from Ohio. I'm pretty sure he'll go. I don't know what kind of car you drive, Clint. It's like a blue Bentley or something. He'd drive him to the airport and pack his stuff and send him to L.A. because we know that he's very, very high on Brad Hand. And really, let's get back to you guys, though. Hi, how is the Kristen? Hi, how is the game not on Channel 5 all the time? Hey, that's an issue, man. I mean, it's an issue. We want Dodger baseball. I'm not going to plug Reddit streams, but kind of just did, I guess. But Richard Irving, Jansen needs more pitches than cutters. Look, I mean, that's the pitch that got him here. And really, he's not going to be a guy that's going to discover, yes, the slider has had some success, and he's going to it more often than he ever has. But really, you got to live and die with his cutter, and that's just what it is. I mean, you can't change the stripes on Kenley Jansen right now. And really, it's just getting the best out of him. Getting the best out of Kenley Jansen, really, to me, is letting him focus on those final 3 outs. There's no 6-out saves, there's no 4-out saves. Let him come in and do and take care of that last inning, and really don't pitch him on back-to-backs. I gave you the numbers earlier. He was really struggling on back-to-backs. But look, guys can get on a roll. Guys can get on a roll and they can fall off. I mean, it can be a crapshoot. It can really be a crapshoot. The Dodgers, look at the Dodgers smoked Hader this year for a comeback win. They smoked Diaz for a comeback win, and you just really never know what it really is going to come down to. But I do believe they're going to figure it out. I do believe they're going to figure it out, and whatever it's going to take, whether it's a big move as far as bringing in someone, which is definitely going to be essential, or moving things around. I mean, when it comes to the World Series, anything can happen. I mean, you got our 4 relievers. I mean, you'll get our 4 starters. I mean, who knows? You can have Walker Buehler come out for a high-leverage situation in the 9th. I mean, you just never know. But that's why we got to pack that bullpen with guys that we know we can trust. I'm telling you, Brad Hand is that guy. We can get deeper down as to other guys that you would consider, Colomb or from the White Sox or something like that. But really, we have to target our guy, like Clint Evans stated too. The Dodgers have targeted him, and they need to come through just like they have in years past under Andrew Freeman. But here we go. Kristen Congro, do you think going to the camping game? Darren, time to take out the trash starting Monday. Go Dodgers. David Cano, do you think Alex Verdugo will win Rookie of the Year? I think it's gonna go. That's gonna be a tough one. But it's nice to see you're seeing some improvement. He had been slumping. He had been going through a nice little slump, but he gets that home run, and Verdugo, he gets another hit tonight. And really, I think that Verdugo, in his last 7, he's hitting 269. On the year, he's hitting 301 with 5 home runs and 29 RBIs. But it's gonna be a tough one for him to get that, because you got guys like Alonso. He's probably going to run away with it. There's really no doubt about that. But so sometimes you just never know. But here we go. We got Kristen, nice shirt, Dodgers. I'm telling you, DodgersNation.com. This is not the only one. There's a lot of fresh T-shirts. Go stock up on your merch. I'm telling you. Look, you can't wear a Dodgers jersey every day, okay? You'd love to. You can't wear a Dodgers jersey just when you just casually go to the grocery store. That's why you got to, but you have to be repping 100% of the time. So get one of these T-shirts. I'm telling you. We got Sandy McCoy, way to go Dodgers. Michael Brad Hand, really money, same as the NBA. Craig T. Watson, Ricky Carter, Dodgers. We got Steven. Kiki got a hit some runs. Taylor for a hit, 2 walks and aggressive running. Jansen talked his way to pitch tonight. Only had 1 pitch that was dominant, but got outs despite giving up a hit and a walk. Last night, just missed location. Martin got lucky. I like your use of emojis, by the way. And the key defensive play, go Dodgers from Orlando, Florida. We got a Twitter link here. What's this to? All right, here we go. Netflix. All right. Little link. Okay. We got Max should probably only play first base. His arm is inconsistent. Max Muncy, by the way, I hope Max Muncy got a call, called Madison, on Father's Day. I hope he called his son, Madison Bumgarner. I mean, I really hope he made that call. But, I'm with you. Max Muncy, I think that you really need to think about that, because really Turner last couple games too, that throw was a little off. But let's get into this game a little bit, recap it, talk a little bit about some of these managerial issues. So it all started in the first inning, where really the patience of the Dodgers paid off. I mean, Max Muncy, you just brought up, he walks it in, and he gets the Dodgers on the board. They load him up, and really they couldn't capitalize. They stranded 3. They could have blew things wide open, and then they got it. Now the Dodgers now 33-10 when they score first. So Dodgers 33-10 on games where they score first. So that's definitely a great thing, and they did it once again today. But then the second inning, Kike, he got off the schneid, he got a hit. Third inning, Baez, he beats out that throw, but then Bryant, he tapped into that 6-4-3 double play. And really considering the fact that they, like you just talked about, Taylor and Muncy, they haven't really played a lot together, and they don't have that chemistry yet. So you got to give them time to develop that. No one could see Corey Seager going out when he did, and it's a shame it happened, but you got to give them a little bit of time to figure things out. And they really pulled a nice 6-4-3 double play there. And also 14 consecutive starts without giving up more than 2 runs, by the way, for Hyun-Jin Ryu. And really, like I said, steady diet, 4 seamers and changeups. That's what was rolling for Hyun-Jin Ryu today. And it's unfortunate he didn't really get the win, but he still kept that ERA where it is, and he's still looking like he is not going to slow down at any point. So 4th inning, Garlick. Oh, by the way, Garlick, man, that's another thing too. I think that he should have let Garlick back there without pulling him, but he smoked that double right off Bryant's glove, and that was just a great hit. I mean, he just straight up ripped that. I mean, he's another guy too, like Will Smith. He's like, hey, I'm doing big things in AAA. I'm in OKC, and I'm gonna go to the show, and I'm gonna do the same thing, because he was 6 of 13 in OKC, and he had a little extra garlic on that one. Because I mean, I'm telling you, that was a shot right there. And really, Quintana, the thing is, he settled down. Quintana went on to retire 9 of the next 10 batters after that first inning, where he was just all over the place from a command standpoint. And then that brought up, then back to the 5th inning, go on to the 5th, he gives up a single to Almora Jr. At that point, that was his 4th hit he gave up on the game. And then Quintana laid that bunt down to bring Almora to scoring position. And then what did he do? He mowed down Russell. He mowed down Russell for this 5th strikeout. So that's the thing about Hyun-Jin Ryu is runners in scoring position. It's just unbelievable how effective he is with runners in scoring position. And coming into tonight, Ryu is stranding 94.7% of runners he put on. 94.7% of runners, which is the highest such mark, not this year, not last year, not in the last 10 years, in Major League Baseball history, okay? I'm telling you, Hyun-Jin Ryu needs to be celebrated, and we really need to just celebrate and just have parades for Hyun-Jin Ryu, because I'm telling you, this guy is making history this year, and it's really a sight to behold. But he's just really, really phenomenal with that and what he's been able to do with keeping guys from crossing home plate when they get on. So you just got to love it. I mean, really, he showed again today that his nerves, and really you could see their game plan. Their game plan, they didn't want to trail in the count. They wanted to try to get ahead, and they wanted to mess with his timing. They wanted to mess with his rhythm by calling timeouts. And really, look, it's all fair. It's baseball. But in my opinion, I don't think that it was very effective in that sense. But here we go. Back to you guys. D. Gordon come back. We got Don Grimes. Smart move to keep Ryu pitching in the 8th. That's the thing. In retrospect, yes, he did stay in, and it was the Dodgers, another quality start for the Dodgers, who just that's what they do. In their last since May 10th, starters are 20-3 with a 1.96 ERA, and they posted a quality start now with Hyun-Jin Ryu, 27 of their last 32. So say what you will, keeping Hyun-Jin Ryu in the game in that situation end up going deeper, and he looked like, man, Hyun-Jin Ryu is just on fire. I love my man Hyun-Jin Ryu. People think this is a fluke. People think that, he's going to slow down. Same thing with Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger is going to slow down. No, this is a lifestyle for these two, okay? Hyun-Jin Ryu, this is what he does. Cody Bellinger, this is what he does, okay? And until there's extended slumps, or it looks like they're regressing to a point where they're falling on old times, I'm not buying it. This is their lifestyle. This is a lifestyle choice for Cody Bellinger and Hyun-Jin Ryu. They're the real deal. Get used to it, and it's big time. So we got Randall Etheridge. Any word on Cody's return? So Dave Roberts, he labeled the severity of the strain as a grade 1/2. So the scale ranges from 1 to 3, with grade 3 being the most severe. But really, it should be like 4 to 6 weeks probably, I would say, like my man Charles Hamill said. Thanks a lot, Charles. But really, it's a shame. It's not just the injury. It's the fact that, man, I mean, he was just raking like Corey Seager, and we need to give him some time to come back. Don't rush Corey Seager, okay? I don't need those eager Seagers out there rushing him to come back, because he is going to find it, and we're going to be patient with Corey Seager, because from May 21st through Wednesday, Seager was the tops across all of Major League Baseball. In batting average, he was hitting .382. On base, he was hitting his on-base percentage. His OPS was 1.118, and he had 10 doubles. Only Mike Trout had a higher Fangraphs WAR in that time span than Corey Seager. So Corey Seager looks to be elite, and he looks to be that Corey Seager that was the reason why we really didn't have serious thoughts of signing a Manny Machado, okay? Corey Seager looks like he's that guy that's going to be big time. But we got Don Grimes. The Cubs can't hit anybody. We got the real FRG. The most important piece in the pen is Julio Urias. Those three saves will be huge in October. Look, that's the thing about Urias. He looks like a guy who, I mean, look, this guy has dealt with stuff outside of the diamond. You know what I mean? Everyone knows, we've talked about his issue and everything like that, but really he doesn't look like it's affecting him on the mound. I mean, he's a guy that looks like he can give you extended relief, and you can throw him out there, and I'm telling you, like, that's a great point, Real FRG. I mean, that's kind of a thing that no one's really talking about, is the fact that he's really looking like a guy who can be more than elite, more than just 1 inning, 2 innings. He's a guy who can give you big-time extended relief. I mean, if you remember back on Thursday's win over the Cubs, he backed up Clayton Kershaw 3 shutout innings, and that was his 3rd save of the season. And really, I like to see him in that Josh Hader role, right? You know what I mean? Like, he's got that type of impact. And just, I'm telling you, Julio Urias, you're right. That is something that is not to be understated. In June, he's held the opposition to 100 batting average. He's also allowed just 2 hits in 6 innings of relief work. And really, the thing about him is, you look at his splits. I mean, righties and lefties, it's really not a huge disparity. I mean, he's held right-handed hitters to a 175 average compared to 267 against lefties. So I'm telling you, you're spot on with that Julio Urias. We got a lot, and that's the thing though. That's why I have so much faith in Julio Urias, is he's got explosive stuff. Okay, I mean, look what they did with Sale and the Red Sox. Like, you got to acquire explosive stuff like that, and that's what wins in the postseason. Yes, we want to mix it up. Yes, what Alexander did as a change of pace arm is something that could be of great importance. But really, I love Julio Urias. He's a guy. He's a monster. I'm telling you. Watch out for Julio Urias. We got Randall. Any word on Corey's return? We got Robert said he might use Urias in a spot start over the next few weeks because of the schedule. I mean, really, that's something that should be talked about. That's something that really you gotta make happen. If you know, I mean, he like we saw earlier in the year, because he clearly can do it. But really, when you have this starting rotation that the Dodgers have, when you have this level of pitching dominance, that really is the biggest asset of the Dodgers. Don't get it twisted. It's all about the starting pitching with this team, and having Urias is a major asset. I mean, since June, Dodgers ERA 2.11. First in the ERA, batters are hitting 175. I mean, first in win percentage, ERA, K through 9. I mean, really, the Dodgers are just absolutely tearing it up from a pitching standpoint. But 3 inning saves, we got 3 inning saves. I'm telling you, 3 inning saves. Hey, whatever gets the job done, and I'm telling you that's something that he'll have up his sleeve. That's something that he'll have up his sleeve. It is Urias if it gets late in games and you want to see how it's going. But But then, of course, the seventh, going back into the game, it's really the kind of the most interesting inning came in that inning where in the sixth inning. So the top of the sixth was crazy. I mean, Baez reaches on a throwing error by Turner. Bryant singles and puts runners on the corner. Rizzo lined out. Then Contreras singles. Then Baez scores on those like a 58-mile-per-hour exit velocity. I mean, they were just little dribblers. But Almora singles. Then Hayward strikes out. And, you know, that shot where Baez got the contact, he really didn't have a lot on that arm, and it just wasn't there. But then Bryant, you know, he skies that pop-up to no man's land, drops in gives the Cubs runners in scoring position with no outs, and that's where they really did their damage. You know, Almora gets the Cubs their third hit of the inning, and you got 2 earned runs on an error and 3 hits. So 2 unearned runs on 3 hits with exit velocities of 68 and 58. So then that's where it got really interesting. After Cody Bellinger, he hits that home run. We got talking about Cody Bellinger. And then Muncy, he singled to center, and it was really a heads-up play. Great base running with Muncy to get to 7, take away that double play. And then Madden, you know, he pulls Quintana and then gets Martin to fly, gets Martin on that changeup. They really just disappeared. That was a really great pitch. And then they bring up Alex Verdugo to pinch hit, and then they intentionally walk him. Did they not think that they weren't going to intentionally walk Verdugo in that situation? I mean, you have to just wonder what is going on from a managerial standpoint. And then Kinsler against Ryu, then they bring up Jock with the bases loaded, 2 outs. And then Madden elects to bring in Tim Collins against Jock, and then that was just a foregone conclusion. Jock's hitting 167 against lefties, no home runs. Of course, we've seen this. How is this going to end? It was a weak ground out. So really, it was just not a great. It was just odd. I mean, Roberts didn't even think about it, and it did keep Ryu in the game, and he was able to go deeper. And that was promising because he was able to give another solid 3 outs. But let's get back into these questions, your comments, your thoughts on your boys in blue. Let's fire away here, guys. So Robert said he may use Urias. We got Don Grimes 96782 in Hawaii. All right, nice. Aloha from Hawaii. We got Leon Joseph. Live blue, love blue, bleed blue, and die happy. Go Dodgers. It sounds like a T-shirt idea. Sounds like you want us to make a T-shirt with that. We'll see what's in the works. But, yeah, in the bottom, it's getting back into the game. It was nice. I mean, Ryu, he had those ground balls working, and that was really, really what got him through tonight. And the whole issue with Dave Roberts in situations is you really have to find a better way to get in the mix as far as that situation. Because I mean, let's say that game goes into extra innings and they exhausted all their options. I mean, that game was going to go south in a hurry. So really, you got to credit the Dodgers. They get the win. I mean, let's be positive here. I mean, we are positive. I mean, it's beautiful. 48 wins, best record in the National League, 10 games up on the Rockies. Of course, we always have to point out we're 16 games up on the Giants. So really, I mean, it's all good news for the most part, but like I said, I mean, stakes are high. We know what we're playing for. We know we're playing for the World Series, okay? So these games are very important because they're small sample sizes of how Dave Roberts is going to manage in these clutch, high leverage, super intense World Series games that are decided by one run. So really, in that situation, I'm with you on that. But yeah, the bullpen needs to be figured out. 12 blown saves. I mean, that's 22nd. 23rd in K through 9. So K through 9, they're at 8.74, and they're 7th in walks, right? Like, so they don't walk a lot of guys. But what does that tell you? That tells you that they're leaving the pitch. They're giving them pitches to hit, okay? There's a lot in the zone, and they're cranking it. So that's the issue. And they're 25th in the majors in 8.6 strikeouts per 9 innings. So really, it's something that needs to be figured out. You know, Shane Green's another guy, Colombo's another guy, and really, they like I said, like earlier, apparently the Dodgers official anonymously said the Dodgers need a dude, and they really need to find a way to get it because they can't have a shaky bullpen if they want to win it all. I mean, that's what it is. And you also can't rely on – it's not like our offense is mashing on a historical clip. Yes, this year has been a big improvement, and yes, they're averaging over 5 runs a game. But look, I mean, it's going to come down to pitching. But here we go. We got Randall Etheridge, first team with 48 wins. We got Rich Eagle, good game, high five. Whoosh. We got Don Grimes, Belly MVP. Darren Gagone, first MLB team to 50 come Tuesday. I love that. Early predictions. Of course, Giants are coming to town. Look for that broomstick to be broken out against the Giants. Maybe Farhan and Freeman can have lunch and discuss a little Watson-Will Smith trade. I mean, hopefully that's the hit. Jock, real FRG. Jock has 2 hits in all of June. When will he figure it out? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the slump for Jock Peterson is really starting to get really worrisome. I mean, tonight was another example that really. I mean, man, if you throw him against the lefties, it's just going to be it's just a formality. That's going to be an automatic out. But the thing with Jock, man, he really needs to start to get back to what got him here. He needs to be more relaxed at the plate. He needs to stop really cutting down those first pitches. But I have a lot of faith in Jock Peterson. But look, the Jock Peterson's struggling, and it's really quiet. Everyone's talking about Kike and CT3's struggles, but Jock Peterson's struggles are definitely real, and they need to do something to. He'll get it right. He'll get it right. Jock Peterson on the year, really. I mean, it's down to 234, 18 home runs, 33 RBIs. And the thing about Jock Peterson, too, is like, yes, he was doing okay, but runners in scoring position, he's hitting 238. And then guess what? He's a pinch hitter. Today they brought him as a pinch hitter. Going into today, 0 of 9 in pinch hit situations. So really, he's a guy that cold off the bench isn't a guy that this year has really shown that really he's this series, 0 for 6, 0 for 7, 0 for 7 in the series. He had the strikeout, and man, 0 for 26. Jeez, Jock Peterson, we need you to get right, my man. But here we go. Houston has 48 wins. Juice Narrows, let's send Kenta to the bullpen and insert Stripling into the rotation. I mean, Kenta Maeda, have you not watched him this year? I mean, Kenta Maeda had the 12 strikeout game. Kenta Maeda, he didn't have his best stuff in his last outing. He gave up that bomb to Ohtani. But, Kenta Maeda is a guy that the Dodgers love, and that they might move him back into the pen come postseason, and he's proven he can do that in the past. But Ross Stripling isn't a guy who I would take over Kenta Maeda in any situation. But Randall Etheridge, slumping gets in your head. Jock needs a couple hits, and he'll be fine. I mean, that's a great point. I mean, that's just the ebbs and flows of a baseball season. And Jock could definitely get out of it. I mean, people don't want to talk. I mean, Cody Bellinger, just a couple games ago before he had that multi-home run game, he was a guy that was starting to feel it. So Jock Peterson, though, he's a guy who needs to see the ball, and he needs to really start getting some hits and start generating that offense, because we need him to slug. We need him to be that power guy. Yes, David Freese, David Freese has been phenomenal for the Dodgers, but with that knee tendonitis, he's not a guy that you can have in there every day. Jock Peterson is a guy who they rely on for some of that power, 18 home runs on the year. But thankfully, Muncie's picked it up of late, and from a slugging standpoint. And, of course, Verdugo had a homer yesterday. But we got here we go. Yeah, in tonight's game, really, it was just really a matter of, look, at the end of the day, they got the win. They win their seventh series of their last, six of their last seventh series, and really 48 wins. And really, look, this was a barometer series to me. It was a series where you're going against one of the elite clubs in the National League, and you're going against a franchise that you've been going at it as far as who represents the NL in the Fall Classic. And we saw maybe Kenley Jansen isn't fully back, okay? Maybe the Dodgers don't just need a bridge to Kenley Jansen. Maybe they need a guy that also can make some of those high leverage closing saves like a Brad Hand, like what they did with Andrew Miller a couple years ago. You got to make those big time trades to really close the deal. And Kenley Jansen, it just doesn't look like he has it to the point where every single night, every 24 hours, you can bring him out there and you can count on him to get those big time saves. But and that's the thing too. He gives up. It's the home run ball. You just bring up Renfroe. I mean, he got that grand slam walk-off jack against him early in the year, and that was also, by the way, when he did that was also his second consecutive appearance. So, Don Grimes, agree. Will Smith. Geez, what do you say about Will Smith? He's a guy that definitely fits the bill for the Dodgers. Obviously, Hand is going to be the top choice, but you would hope maybe Farhan knows guys in the system that he wants to get. Maybe someone like a Santana, someone that he values higher than other franchises because of the close-knit relationship, because of his access and his knowledge of the Dodgers farm system. So I'm with you on that. That's another guy. I mean, Will Smith is someone that he's having a great year, but you put him in Dodger blue, you put him in a postseason run, and he's definitely someone that you look for as a guy that can dominate. I mean, if you look at Will Smith heading into today, his ERA 2.03, and he's striking out 12.8 batters every 12.8 batters. That's his K through 9. So he's a guy that can get it done. There's no doubt about that. But here we go. I cringe when Jansen comes in. Adela Lira Avila. The thing about Jansen, he's a weapon. He's a guy when he's right. He can provide you. He shows glimpses. He shows glimpses when that command is right. But when that command isn't right, the velocity isn't there to make up for it. That velocity that we saw in 2017 when Kenley was just at the peak of his powers, when he was getting close to 95, it just and it's really the thing about him too is the hard contact. The hard contact from 2016 to 17 to now is just not what it currently is. Right now he's currently sitting at 92.1 miles per hour on average. That's the average. That's his average right now. I mean, the average fastball in Major League Baseball is 93.1. So he's definitely not throwing gas. And when he hangs it and it's middle, it's going to go. Dudes are going to go yard on that. Anthony Rizzo is going to hit that pitch every time, and you're going to be faced with batters that can hit Kenley stuff when it's not spot on, when he's not in a groove, when he's not lights out. So I'm telling you, it's not just. There is no Band-Aid situation. The Dodgers need a superstar. They need to go for the biggest fish there is. Right now, that's Hand, and the Dodgers need to do what they can to get it done. We talked about, they're $9.1 million under the salary cap. They're a team that might not have to give up a super elite prospect, but if you do have to, and I don't know if I want to give up Lux, but he's hitting 304. Or someone like Will Smith, especially the way he's hitting. Ruiz probably won't see the bigs for a couple years. But we got Don Grimes. Jansen's fine, chill. Look, he is fine, but we need better than fine, I think. We need someone that has been proven to get outs on a back-to-back basis, on a nightly basis, and when the circumstances are right, when the situations are right, and Kenley's rested, he's going in there, he's focusing on getting those final 3 outs, then yes, I agree with you. He is totally fine, but do you feel confident? Okay, it's Game 7 of the World Series. The Dodgers are playing in Houston, or we're hosting the Astros. And we're up to 1-0, and Jansen is closing out. How confident do you feel? Okay, how confident do you feel in Jansen in a situation like that? Wouldn't you want to give yourself some options? Let's say he's peaking in October. Let's say he's playing his best baseball. Then great, But look, they have to have some insurance. They have to have a guy like a Hand, like a Smith, like a Doolittle that can embrace the bridge role if it's working out, but that can also close when he needs to. If you want to do closer by committee with 2 elite closers, have a 2-headed monster, do it. Do whatever it takes to end this World Series drought, because I'm telling you, Dodger fans are sick of it. They want to get a World Series win. They don't want to be the Buffalo Bills. We can't even call ourselves the Atlanta Braves yet because we haven't won a World Series, okay? We've made appearances. The Braves got that World Series. So we can't compare ourselves to teams that didn't win. We don't want to be the Buffalo Bills with the Bills, with the 4 L's in the Super Bowl, okay? We don't want to be that. We got Charles, hands off, Ruiz, and Luggs. I want Hand, but not that bad. We got I mean, look, I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm just saying that to pull the trigger in that situation, look at the reason why the Dodgers had a logjam in the outfield position, and that's why Verdugo wasn't playing. Sometimes, despite how great your prospects are, if there's a logjam at that spot, that you really have to cash in on those assets, or else why even have them? I mean, what's the point of having a healthy farm system if you're just making World Series appearances? Because if Andrew Friedman thinks that the Dodgers are just going to knock on the door every year with this bullpen, because look, I mean, who's to say Walker Buehler's going to be this dominant? Who's going to say that Hyun-Jin Ryu in the back, as he starts to get into his mid-30s is going to be this dominant? You have to take advantage. You can't catch this lightning in a bottle every year, okay? And you got to take advantage. You got to strike while that iron's hot. We got Muncy. Dennis Santana, Stripling, Edwin Rios, Yadier Alvarez for Hand. Yeah, I'm talking stuff like, I mean, things of that nature, packages like that. We know who the untouchables are, and we know that we know who we're willing to give up. But really, I mean, even if you want to cash in on some guys out in the later stages of that top 30, then you got to throw in some more guys. But here we go. We got Darren Gagnon. No reason why we shouldn't go after a big-time closer. We need the World Series in 19. Exactly. Look, closer is a title, okay? Saves are a title, okay? But look, I'm telling you, Kenley Jansen, say what you want. I appreciated the way after the game. He said, after last night's game, he blamed it on himself. He took full accountability. And he also is a guy earlier in the year that said that he was willing to work with Kimbrel. I mean, maybe that was just all talk. But the fact that he even says that and he hears those whispers and he addresses it is a guy that tells me that, look, he knows his limitations and he knows that he might be put in a spot that he can't come through. And I think Kenley Jansen would rather embrace a role that puts him in spots to be successful. Trust me, Kenley Jansen does not want to come out of that bullpen and fail the Dodgers and fail the Dodger faithful. He knows he needs his rest, and he needs situations where he can thrive. But here we go. We got but yep, guys, I just want to say thanks again for rocking with us here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Appreciate you guys rolling with us again. Another great series win for the Dodgers. 48 wins on the season. First place, 10 games ahead of the Rockies, 16 in front of the Giants. Check back with us Tuesday. Tuesday, we're doing another post game. That'll be right after the game. But once again, like I said, go to DodgersNation.com. You got the dream team of writers over there. All the best Dodger content. Listen to the Blue Heaven podcast Thursday. All of Dodger Nation put out the most fire Dodger stuff on the internet. But hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Happy Father's Day, and go Dodgers!